Spirit wants you to be aware about this person or these people. There's someone or a group of people who are trying to figure you out. They're trying to suss you out. And they are mad because they can't figure you out. So what they do, they deploy tactics. And the tactics that they're using right now or trying to use is undermine you. Is trying to make you feel not welcome, belittle you. And the divine is saying that the reason why these people are like this is because they already see your authority, your power. And because you are unfazed, you are unbothered, they will try to deploy different types of ways to destabilize you so that you don't perform very well at school, at work, so that you are not functioning at your best. So be aware of the people around you who are trying to figure you out, who are trying to gather information about you. Because divine wants you to understand that there's a sense of you needing to protect yourself. And information in this reading is going to be helping you do that. So stop scrolling for a moment. Because this message is not for everyone, but for the people around you. If they seem unsettled by your presence, if the people around you seem confused, intimidated, and they are quietly hostile towards you, Spirit wants you to know it's because they cannot figure you out. And it bothers them, but they will never admit it. Let's get a tarot card to see more about these people, about the situation that is there, right? Because divine wants you to know that the reason why this message has come up is again to protect you. Because some of you, maybe you've just started a new job, or you're going to be starting a new job, or you're going to be entering a new situation where there's other people. And so having this awareness, having this information, you are going to move in your power because you'll be so unbothered because Spirit has already snitched on them. And because of that, you're just laughing as you watch them feel ruffled and angry because they can't figure your energy out. So by the end of this video, you understand why your independence triggers insecurity, why you're constantly being misunderstood, and why this isn't a flaw but a spiritual marker. Stay with me because I want to ask you a question. Do you see this as a repeating pattern? Maybe as young as when you're at nursery, when you're at school. People always putting you up on the pedestal or trying to make you feel that you think so highly about yourself, when truly this was a projection. They think highly about you, but they can never admit it because their spirit is low, it's in the gutter. And because of that, they try to bring you down, to bring your vibration down so that you are in the gutter with them. You're chosen. There's something spiritually magnetic about you. There's something spiritually empowering about you. You're an empath. You're someone who's meant to achieve great things. And it has always unsettled people around you. Tell me in the comment section below by commenting the evil eye emoji. So let's have a look to see the two cards that have fallen for you. So let's see the two cards that are here, exactly what I thought. Look at that. Didn't I tell you that you are meant to create, experience? You are meant to be someone great in this lifetime, and people sense it the moment they meet you, the moment you walk in a room, because you embody the energy of the emperor. You already know how to make 10 moves ahead of anyone else. You already see and sense the games that people are playing, and like I said, it bothers them so much because you remain confident, you remain in your power, you remain unbothered. And this is why this has been a repeating pattern ever since you're young. People have always tried to figure out, where does your strength come from? When it comes from the gifts that you came into this lifetime with. Because you have not only the major arcana card of the Emperor, you're also embodying the energy of the Hierophant. I already told you, you are part of the chosen few. There's a lot of information and divine connection that you were born with. And people see this, they sense it, and they don't like it. And like I said, you just remain in your power, you are laughing because you're so unbothered, you're so unfazed, and you already know the moves that they'll try to make in an attempt to dismantle you, in an attempt to smear your name, in an attempt to steal your power. And Divine is saying, absolutely, this is not going to be happening in your next situation. And for some of you, I feel that you've already known, you've already seen this repeating in your life, but sometimes you need someone to label it, to say it out loud. And then you can look at all the different experiences in your life, and suddenly the penny, boom, it drops. And you now understand that this vibration that you have around you, this authority that you have around you, it's something that you're going to have to be dealing with through your lifetime. You're powerful, you're magnetic, you're authoritative. And people who are in the gutter, they don't like it because they feel triggered. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to see what other messages Spirit wants you to know. We might get more cards, but I'm just going to take some time just to channel more information that is here. Because I feel that for some of you, there are so many inner wounds that you carry from feeling excluded. Maybe at school, maybe as you've grown up and gone into different workplaces, you've always seen that people always exclude you, but there's a reason why. The chosen ones, the empaths, the angels, the earth angels are never meant to have it easy. So let's dive deeper into this reading. And I want to say to you, if you need your own personal reading done, my website is in the description box below. Let me take a moment just to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Ianipa Ipakemi, your no-nonsense spiritual bestie. And what I'm going to do today, I'm going to just be listening to Spirit to see what else is coming up. And today, Spirit wants you to stop internalizing something that was never meant to be a burden you're meant to carry. Like I say, you feel excluded. You feel people are talking about you. You feel people are always trying to bring you down. Divine is saying, don't internalize people who are bottom feeders energy and let it make you upset, let it bring you down. The Divine wants you to understand that there are people in your life, friends, family, co-workers, and even your bosses, especially your bosses, the people who are in authority. They feel this energy even more. And so sometimes maybe you see that your bosses are always trying to undermine your work, are always trying to put you in the spotlight when you're not ready, so that other people can laugh at you. There's a sense of people trying to always make you a laughing stock. But the funniest thing, because you're divinely protected, it never works. There's so many times it actually backfires and you end up looking better than even you anticipated. You end up outperforming the people who thought were better than you. There's a sense that is here where Divine is saying, don't be unsettled because you're meant to achieve great things. Don't be unsettled by other people's energy, what they say, because for you, you are meant to achieve amazing things. As we saw, you're already the Emperor. The Emperor energy that he carries with them is not only wisdom, but the Emperor has been through many battles. And because he's been through many battles, he has not only wisdom, but he's actually walked. He's fought many wars and he's come up at the top. And because of that, he's able to navigate many different life experiences. However, with the energies of the Emperor, in many tarot cards, he's actually wearing an armor that you wear when you go to war, where people used to wear back in the day when they used to go to war. And even though the Emperor is now in a peaceful place, he's now at the top of the world, kings, queens, the people in authority come to the Emperor and ask for information because now they see the value and the wisdom that he naturally carries. So Divine is saying that it's equally for you to take that armor off. Why are you wearing it? Because the new situation, the new chapter that you're walking into, this is your soft era. You don't need to be armored up. You don't need to be ready to fight the world, because Divine is saying that your spirit guides, your ancestors, and the guides that walk with you, they'll be throwing hands on your behalf. So there's no need for you to keep that armor on. If this message is resonating, I want you to comment the what emoji can we comment with? The sword emoji in the comment section below, or the shield emoji in the comments below, because there's definitely a protection that is here. Divine is saying they can't label you, right? They find you unpredictable. Like I said, they'll put you in a situation where you think, or they think you're gonna fail, and even you yourself think you're gonna fail, but something happens and you end up shining, you end up outshining everyone. So Divine is saying that it is important for you to understand that you are the chosen one and you are meant to achieve amazing, great things. Divine is saying don't beg to belong where you don't belong. Don't chase clout, because you're already in authority. You are already powerful. Divine is saying don't chase numbers or money to feel secure, because everything that you need will be divinely protected and provided for you at the right place at the right time. So just chill, okay? So it feels like when you stand in your power, it exposes people who need validation. You see that people want to get close to you afterwards. They want proximity, because being around you makes them look better. So at the beginning, they'll shun you, they'll laugh at you, they'll try to destroy you, tarnish your name. And when that doesn't work, suddenly they want to be your friend. They want to be known that, that they know you. It's like when people say like, oh, I used to go to school with that person. I worked with that person. So what does that matter? So there's a sense of proximity that is there that people will later on use as clout, because they've been in your presence. So you're definitely going to be entering rooms. You're going to be growing. You're going to be manifesting big things. You're going to be finding yourself at the top, taking center stage. And this is when these haters, these people will try to figure you out, will start saying things like, oh, we used to fill in the blanks, do this together. Well, you don't now, so so the spirit is saying, really, with that message, is like, don't worry about these people, because at the end of the day, you're meant to be independent, right? And insecure people will feel your independence, your power, and it will amplify their insecurities and their lack of power. Divine is saying you move slowly with people, okay? When you start a new job, when you find yourself in a new situation, move very slowly. Observe their energy first and let relationship develop organically. Not because you're cold, but it is going to be important for you to deploy discernment as you're moving forward, as life is going up and up, as you're changing. You're going to see that discernment is going to be really important. And having the vibes and the energy of the Hierophant, you're definitely a spiritual person. You're definitely someone who's very intuitive. You already know what's going to happen before it happens, because remember, you're moving 10 steps forward. You already know how to play the game, how to play the situation. And so Spirit says to you, don't worry. Everything will work out just fine in the end. You can feel energy, you can read intentions, and you will start knowing when to keep the conversations short and when to excuse your presence as a way of protecting yourself. And what unsettles rather most people is because they can't read you. They just feel that maybe you've got something up your sleeve all the time. They even feel like you're conniving, you're plotting, you're planning, when that's not the case. Life has already taught you how to see situations, how to read situations before they unfold, not because you're naive, not because you're plotting, not because you're trying to manipulate them or situations. You already just can feel energy and you can read patterns. So it just seems like you already know a lot of things before they unfold. So there's a sense of you irritating their spirit because they don't know how you know things. They don't know who you are. And because you are not seeking anyone's approval, because you're led by spirit, you're gifted with intuition, with discernment, with that spirit of inner knowing. Like I said, you read patterns already. Divine is saying to you that discernment is a gift. Discernment doesn't announce itself, it simply moves differently. So as you find yourself in new situations, just protect yourself, keep yourself to yourself, and just move with caution. You're kind, you're not naive. You're quiet, and that quiet energy around you is very commanding. You're soft, but dangerous when crossed. Like the emperor, it's very calm, soft, but he knows how to fight and just how hard to fight because life has already put him through so many different situations. There's a sense of you being layered, soft when you need to be soft, kind when you need to be kind, but fuck around and find out it's the energy of the day when people cross the line because you know how to sit in your boundaries. And this is what confuses people a lot because you can be so kind, you can be laughing, you can seem like you're a doormat, you can seem like, you know, and so people will push those boundaries. And when they push too far, when they cross the line, suddenly they find out the real truths, who you really are, and they're surprised and they're shocked. So as I'm just thinking, I don't know why the image of like Jesus came to my mind. And it's because Jesus was someone who was spiritually gifted, right? To connect to the energies of the Hierophant. Someone who was spiritually gifted. He had a lot of inner knowing, wisdoms that not only unsettled kings and people in powerful places, people couldn't figure out Jesus either, right? They couldn't figure out his energy. Was he a prophet? Was he a teacher? Was he the Messiah? They called him everything except what he truly was. And because accepting his power required confronting their lack of power, this is when they needed to unalive him. Because they just couldn't accept the brilliance that he had around him. And this is the same as you. People cannot accept the brilliance that is around you and they cannot label it. And this really ruffles their feathers. So when you feel like you're an outcast, when you feel misjudged, when you feel like people are watching you from a distance, hear me clearly because your guides are really clear about this. There is nothing wrong with you. Okay? Because there's a sense sometimes of you starting to feel like, what is wrong with me? Why don't people like me? Why do people always want to prosecute me? Why do people always want to see my downfall? But Spirit is saying that there is nothing wrong with you. They're reacting because they're trying to project something onto you. They just cannot figure you out. So Spirit is saying you are never meant to blend in. You are never meant to be part of the crowd. You are meant to be someone who sets the standard. Even Jesus walked in a small circle. Quality has always been intimidating to quantity. So stand strong, stand tall, stay private, stay with the energy of discernment, and let them wonder. Let them try to figure you out. And like I said, if this message found you, it found you for a reason. Drop a like, a comment, and let me know how this energy has been working with you through your lifetime. You're not misunderstood by accident, but rather you are protected by design. And so until the next video, Don't forget to go and watch yesterday's video. It is a goodbye from me.